Yeah.
You all shut the fuck up.
Test 1 2.
1 2 testing.
You guys are fine.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the holiday special of the Royal Ramble with Jonathan Mellis and our tech. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
crickets. You hear those crickets? I suppose they're probably being visited by three ghosts tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're not here. Conspicuous in their absence are the tag team champions of B.A. Marcus Frey and Azrael. I am Jonathan Malice. I am your host of OCCW's flagship show on its flagship station, the Royal Ramble, here on Free Admission Channel, a special holiday edition thereof. Now, you notice you don't see a lot of mistletoe, thank God. You don't see a tree, but watch. Through the miracle of internet and our amazing producer, Robert, I could do a whole Thanos type thing and just snap my fingers and we'll be in a merry winter wonderland. I'm going to save that a little bit later for you guys as we go on. Not a lot going on in the world of wrestling, really. A few things here and there, but we're going to talk about what's going on this Saturday at the Della O Training Center, 8381 Catella Avenue in beautiful uptown Stanton. OCCW presents the end of the world, as you know it, as I know it, as all the fans of OCCW know it. On this card, you will see the likes of our aforementioned World Tag Team Champions, Thunder and Lightning, as they take on the team of Mikey O'Shea and Vito Fratelli. Yes.
Pepperoni.
Yes. Lucha Pro's most likable tag team, which is to say not.
Are we going to have special security that day? Because those guys are two juggernauts, man.
You know what? I'm glad you said that. We've reinforced the ring. I had the guy come out for the welder to fix the, whatever may not be 100%, just to make sure that we're there. The boys have their work cut out for them. Clearly, they're busy making sure that they're ready for Saturday.
Yeah.
We also have Freddie Flores. He will be taking on the inimitable Bulletproof. That's right, Bulletproof, all the way from the security wars of the holiday shopping season. Right? He may not make it. If he's still around, we'll have him here. Also, the three-way dance between Luis Tapia, Joey Barone, and a new entrant, and we're going to go into why later, a new entrant, Freddie Flores. That's right. Fighting Freddie Flores from Philadelphia figures he's going to be the next in line to be the number one contender for the Orange County Championship Wrestling American Legion title. Also on the card, we will have Voodoo Master. We will have Alexander Vega will be taking on... Alexander Vega will be taking on Bulletproof. Freddie Flores will be in the three-way dance. All these Freddies running around, you get a little bit confused. So once again, Alexander Vega will be taking on Freddie Flores. Alexander Vega will be Freddie Flores' partner, but will be taking on Bulletproof, as Freddie Flores will be in the three-way dance in vying for number one contendership to the OCCW American Legion title. On top of that, the main event of the evening, we have the incorrigible, unlikable, but you got to give him respect, Orange County Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion, Vintage Dragon.
Oh, boy.
Yes, and he's going to be taking on OCCW stalwart, gatekeeper, call him what you want, Freddie Helmuth. That's right. Now, Freddie Helmuth was originally scheduled to take place in the three-way dance as the number one contender, to work for the number one contendership, and I said to him, you know what, Freddie, you paid your dues. I'm going to put you. You're still number one contender, but you're going to be number one contender for the OCCW heavyweight title. And he snapped at the chance. He was like, absolutely. He's say what you want. He's not the most gentle guy. He's not the most soft-spoken guy. He's not the most polite character that we have here, but he's honest, he's straightforward, he's hardworking, and he is fearless in that ring.
So, John, you're telling me that Freddie Helmuth will eventually bring the belt back home?
Absolutely. Well, if he wins the match, he's going to win it here at home, and he's going to keep it here at home. And
Plus, I think you booked a lot of lucha pros in this whole lucha guys. I mean,
after what happened at the last show,
Yeah.
We had them dead to rights, and again, another loophole, another little bit of nonsense, and we're back where we started. This is the end of the world. This is the end of the year, and hopefully, this will be the end of Lucha Pro's reign here in OCCW. So that said. Once again, if you could show that graphic to our fans, Robert, Saturday, December 28th, 2019, at the Della O Training Center here in beautiful Uptown Stanton. Doors open 5:30, bell times at 6 p.m. Tickets are $10 pre-sale, $15 at the door. The phone numbers are there if you want to give us a call and reserve your tickets today. Make sure you get in there. We're gonna have a full house. All right. Speaking of full house, wasn't that your favorite TV show?
Oh, cut that out. But honestly, everybody's got to show up to the show, rain or shine. But we have some hardcore fans. Last time we had a show with the rain going out. Remember those guys?
Oh yeah, Paul Stitz and the Triumvirate. Those
guys didn't care.
Oh, that was really cool. You can take that down, Rob. We have seating outdoors, partial seating outdoors. We have indoor and outdoor seating, and they came and it started raining, and I said, hey, you know what, guys? Why don't you come inside? I'll put some chairs down for you. You can sit in this special spot. And they're like, no. We're hardcore. Yeah. We're sitting in the rain. I was like, you know what?
We don't need no stinky chairs.
Yeah, you guys are all right. You are in my cool book, and you guys are more than welcome to sit wherever you want. So hopefully Paul Stitz, Mike Garola, and what was their friend's name? Ruben. Forget his last name.
And the guy with the belts, the title belt guy.
Yeah, that's Ruben. Yeah, hopefully you guys are watching. Hopefully you guys are listening. Hopefully you guys will be there this Saturday as Paul, Ruben, and Mike are some of my favorite wrestling fans here at OCCW.
Don't forget Brian. Brian's one of our biggest fans too, Brian Chastney.
Brian Chastney. Yeah, Brian Chastney was here earlier today. He actually bought a ticket.
Oh.
He was, you know what, I'm going to have to come on. He said he just came back from North Korea, or South Korea, not North Korea. He came back from South Korea, and he actually watched a wrestling show from there. It sounds like a really interesting story. So, Brian, let's try to get you on next week. Can you tell us about what you saw at that South Korean wrestling show? I'd really like to hear it. I'd like our fans to hear it.
I'll help him find his key.
And Robert says he'll help you find your key
To his belt.
to his belt,
Chastity belt.
to his chastity. But he wears a chastity belt?
That's his name, right? Brian Chastity?
No, not chastity. Brian Chansey. Chansey.
Dang.
Oh my God! Talk
Poor
about
Brian.
missing a joke. Daniel J. Kim, how you doing, Daniel J. Kim? All right. So we talked about North Korea, South Korea. We talked about all kinds of parts of the world where wrestling is taking place. But no, we don't really cover it as well as we should. That's why we have our man, our international, national, worldwide correspondent of all things wrestling. The what do they call it? The what's the guy? The guy who graduates top of the class? The valedictorian of the College of Fistic Knowledge, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friend, our compatriot, Mr. Jack Bruce Davidson.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jack Bruce Davidson?
I like calling him
Over
Higgins.
on this side.
Doing well. I just got back from the North Pole.
You got?
What the hell?
Is that where you got that shirt? What is this? What is this?
They don't see that. They don't
What is this?
That's
Okay.
Jasmine and Bree.
They didn't see that.
Why is that on there? Wait, I don't want to know why you had that up earlier.
That was the tournament you guys went to.
I know what it was. I'm wondering why you're watching it on yourself, by yourself.
Delete things and it popped up.
The door was locked.
Jack Bruce Davidson.
All right.
How are you? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Joyous Kwanzaa, Feliz Cumpleaños, Feliz Navidad, and Happy Hanukkah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on in the world of wrestling. Tell our fans, tell everyone who will listen, as wrestling is growing beyond leaps and bounds.
I got you. So the story we're going to start out with is Scott Dawson of the Revival is reportedly trying to goad and beg the legendary tag team out of retirement for a match at the Royal Rumble.
Which legendary tag team would this be?
You might remember them. They're known as Harlem Heat, Stevie Ray, and Booker T.
Wow, that's fantastic. You know what? Harlem Heat was one of my favorite tag teams. But you know what?
We coming for you. No.
They didn't last as long as they could have. I mean, they weren't like like the Midnight Express or certainly no one has lasted as long as the Rock and Roll Express. But even the Road Warriors, they were short lived, and then Stevie Ray kind of fell by the wayside as Booker T. Went on to become Booker T.
Yeah. And
Will they still be the same without Sensational Sherry?
Nothing will ever be the same without Sensational Sherry. And, she's one of the few people in the wrestling business that I know of that every time someone talks about her, they speak of her fondly. I haven't heard anyone say anything. So, yeah, no, they won't be the same, but, they'll still be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find it pretty interesting.
Is there a chance of that happening? Do you know?
A chance of that happening? I don't know. I would see this match. I thought we'd sooner see this match in like Saudi Arabia or something like that. Because
God, I
they
hope
love
not. Yeah, right.
They love their dream matches.
They somehow figure that Vince McMahon can control time itself and say, hey, can you bring us the Road Warriors and put them against the British Bulldogs? It's like I'll bet you they've had that request.
And I'm pretty sure they'll get a private jet like everybody else can leave them hanging out.
Yeah, the problem is not even the Sheik and all his money can put those tag teams back together again.
Yeah. So, but no word on it. It might happen, it might not. But there's been no word from Stevie Ray or Booker.
That should be interesting. Okay.
So, in our next story, there's been speculation that the Rated R Superstar Edge, it's speculation that he'll return for one more match as part of his deal he signed. But he recently took to social media and basically said, no, it's not happening. And it leaves a lot to be debated because basically he sustained a very, very serious injury, a neck injury.
Right.
From spinal fusion and all those years of wear and tear.
Right.
But, John Morrison also said that he wasn't coming to WWE, and here he is. So it could be a work. It could be him not wanting to come back.
Well, that's the interesting thing about wrestling now. All the smarks think they're so smart, right? And now they don't know if they're being worked or they don't know if, you know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting. I find that. What else?
I don't know if I'd want to see him come back because, I don't want to see him put himself in danger, but that's just me.
Yeah, that is just you because I'm sure a lot of people want to see him in danger.
Cool.
That's why people come to see wrestling, Jack Bruce Davidson. They pay their money to see people do dangerous things.
Yeah.
Put their life at risk, their health,
all right. And then,
their welfare.
And then story number 3 from our wonderful friends at AEW. They recently had a spot where Dustin Rhodes was attacked by a masked attacker, and the person threw fake punches that were
I saw that. Oh, let me tell you, man, that's what happens. I would almost go out on a limb. I don't know for sure, but from what I can tell, the way those matches come off, I really think that those guys don't have an agent who sits there when you come through the curtain and say, what's that?
Yeah.
This is what, they don't have anyone busting their balls, I think, because they have so much freedom for all these wrestlers. So much freedom. Ugh.
And guess who was sitting back and had a chance to talk about it?
Jim Cornette?
Even better. Randall Keith Orton took to Twitter.
Yeah.
And basically he called
Randall Keith Orton.
He called the punches fucking horrendous, and he proceeded to call the masked attacker verbatim the drizzling shits.
Yeah, that's an old wrestling term for not very good, right?
Yeah. The
drizzling shits. Yeah, and you know what? Every time I watch Dynamite, there's always at least one head slap moment where you're like, how does these guys are, right? Every time, at least one, right? But at the same time, the show is actually watchable, unlike other wrestling shows. Yeah. So that said, okay.
All right. And then this week, Impact Wrestling is temporarily changing their airing to Saturday for the next 2 weeks for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, respectively. Which, that's interesting news.
So okay, now they're on Pop right now? Is that what they're on? Or are they on the Outdoor Network? Because I can't find them anywhere on my cable guide.
I believe they're on Pop. But yeah, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah,
also, on to the next story.
Yes.
Simon Gotch is going to be taking on Davey Boy Smith Jr. at MLW's 0 Hour event in Dallas. And the back story to this event is Gotch attacking Teddy Hart, a member of the new Hart Foundation. So,
That's interesting because have you been able to watch much of Major League Wrestling? Simon Gotch was here a couple of years ago. He really nice guy. At least he was back then. He's done his heel turn now, so he's not a nice guy apparently.
Yeah.
The neat thing about Major League Wrestling is that despite its name, it still has a a minor league territorial product type feel. And if you get a chance to watch it, definitely watch it. If you're Major League Wrestling, if you're like me and you like wrestling with an edge, and when I say edge, I don't mean they're busting each other over the head with light tubes or cutting each other open with staple guns. The edge is the size, right? There's a decent crowd and there's good camera angles, but it's not overly produced. It's if you like that kind of wrestling, like for instance studio wrestling, this is just like one step up from studio wrestling. Check it out. Major League Wrestling is for any real professional wrestling fan.
Of course. All right, and then on to the next story. So the wrestler formerly known as Enzo Amore has been dissing Tama Tonga over Facebook and social media. He basically recorded a diss track over Drake back to back, and he called Tama Tonga Roman Reigns bootleg. Wow. And Tama Tonga basically responded, not taking him seriously, and it just seems to me like this is an attempt at Enzo Amore at trying to stay relevant ever since he left WWE. It doesn't seem like it'll work.
Oh yeah, well, I'm really shocked at how these people. These are they're making six figures and they're airing their grievances on Twitter, on social media. Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that people at this level do it, but it's unreal.
Yeah. And also on the social media subject, the Young Bucks have deactivated their Twitter accounts due to a break from toxicity. Pardon me. Yes. And then according to their father, this could be due to AEW's recent events, and there's always internet trolls.
Well, wait a minute. So what they're saying is there's too much negativity.
Yeah.
On their, so like what they'll put something out there and a bunch of people will respond to it negatively. Is that what?
Yeah.
Well, fellas, you are in the international limelight, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like me taking mine down because a couple of idiots who run their shows in someone else's backyard start talking smack on me, right? You don't take it down. It's just I don't know. Yeah. But you know what? They're making money, more money than I am, so I guess, I can't argue with it.
Yeah, more power to them, right? And then NXT star Fandango.
Really, he doesn't even have a backyard of his own.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. The NXT star Fandango has underwent Tommy John surgery.
Tommy John surgery? So put that curveball back in?
Yeah, he apparently threw a curveball in the park. No, but, so he's going to be out for an indefinite amount of time, so hopefully speedy recovery to him.
Right on.
And unfortunately, tragedy struck the wrestling world as, I'm going to mispronounce this and I apologize, but Mr. Nieblas has passed away at the age of 46.
Is it Tieneblas?
Yeah.
What is it? Let me see.
46.
Yeah, 46 years old. He passed away.
What's his name?
Mr. Niebla.
I don't know. Yeah. He's a luchador for probably AAA or something. CMLL.
Yeah, he worked for AAA and CMLL.
Okay.
He basically passed away due to complications from a bloodstream infection and sustained from an elbow injury.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
well, yeah. Wow, that's something weird about elbow injuries. They get infected really bad. All right. Is that it?
Yeah. I got one more.
Okay.
So WWE 2K20 is being severely discounted.
Is that a video game?
Yeah, it's a video game. Right. It's the bad one. Anyways, so it's being discounted for upward like 50% off, and they claim it's for the holidays, but I think it's because they just want to get the game.
Well, the glitches are pretty nice. Especially the lady divas, they have no clothes now. You see some of the glitches. Some of these.
Let me get this right, Joe. You think it's cool?
For a teenage kid, they're like, "Oh my god, I can see."
I'm gonna ruin that game. All right. Why
are the controllers sticky?
Well, Jack Bruce Davidson, let me take a moment to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for the service you have given us here on the show with your weekly reports that have brought a richness that we didn't have before. I hope you have all you deserve this year and in the upcoming year. And I hope you and your family do very well. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And the feeling is like.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Bruce Davidson, International Orange County Championship Wrestling correspondent. And love the shirt. Love the shirt. All right. Yes. All right. Now, remember I talked to you about this Thanos move that I learned, right? All right. Now, unfortunately, Thanos is a heel, and I prefer the faces. So, Robert, are you ready? I am going to change the tune of the show. And here we are.
Aw.
A little more festive for all of you. Yes.
It's like I'm on acid.
And in the spirit of festivities and festiveness and festivus and festivals and fiestas and festas, I am going to call our first guest. You will see him this weekend wrestling at the End of the World here at the Della O Training Center. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Voodoo Master,
Oh,
VDM
boy.
as he's also known. Come on in, Voodoo Master.
How's it going, boss?
Good. All right. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Been a long time.
It's
Yeah.
been a long time. We miss you, man. Where you been?
I've been gone, but I'm back here 100% to stay, you know.
Get the mic close to his mouth. 'Cause,
He's got it covered up.
yeah.
By the, yeah.
So, I've been missing out on a lot since I've been gone, almost half of a year.
Yeah.
What's up with all this Lucha Pro stuff?
Oh, jeez.
Come on, you know,
You're asking me the questions?
you know I'm Team OTCW all the way. So
I
whenever
do.
you get that match going.
Very good. Very good. Well, here's the problem. I made a deal with Vintage Dragon over a year ago to do a sort of talent exchange. You know, business being what it was, I didn't read the contracts as thoroughly as I should have. He wound up stepping into the champion's role and became a different person than the one I was originally doing business with. He went from the premier wrestler, from a technical standpoint, from a tenacity standpoint, from a toughness standpoint. He lost 2 of those 3 T's and became a simpering, cheating individual that, frankly,
I mean, we could take it back when he was using those handcuffs at the Los Alamitos. That's when it all started.
you can't say enough about his abilities, right? But I can't say enough. Anyway, let's talk about you.
You know, I've been here, finally back at OCCW, back here to stay.
Now, where have you been wrestling? Have you been wrestling? What have you been doing? Did you get married? What? Where you disappeared? Did you get
You
pregnant?
get married.
I've been wrestling over at the Lucha Libre International Arena, at the Lucha Pro Arena.
Right.
Last night.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
So you're Lucha Pro too?
No. Sir.
Wait.
I wrestled in that venue, but I'm not Lucha Pro.
All right.
But I was there last night for Cadillac's memorial show.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about
It
that.
was an amazing show, Hey, Cadillac, this is for you, man. If you ever need anything, we're here. We got your back, brother. We're happy. It was a great turnout yesterday. We had a great time. Very fun. It was all for a good cause.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But tell me about your match or what you saw there. Or tell me a little bit about the show itself.
The show itself, man, it was a full house, but I teamed with Super Beetle. Fantastic guy.
Is that the blue dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy.
That
guy's cool.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah.
Him and Esgrima. He was that guy I wrestled that.
I know who Eskrima is.
Yeah. Esgrima. We wrestled. It was Angel of 2.
That guy.
It was Team OCCW.
You guys.
Yeah, us against the other 3 guys, and then Malcor, and then
Definitely none of those guys OCCW.
his brother. But it was a good match. It was a very good match, and we had a lot of fun. For a great cause.
Right. Yeah, it was for a great cause. I mean, who can argue that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what are you looking to do in the future?
So I'm coming here. When I left, I was on top of the world. I was in the cage match with Vintage.
Right.
After that, I wrestled. So many other people. So one thing, I'm trying to get at is I want another match with Vintage. Basically, I want that title. I want to get a chance at the title.
I feel you, but here's the thing. There are dozens of guys in line behind Freddie Helmuth to get that shot. And that's provided that, who knows? Helmuth may win that match, and then it starts all over again. A whole new.
Yeah.
You know what? No, you know what though? But the difference between us is that I'm here busting my butt almost every training session that there is. I come to train. I'm here to get ready. I came back in the ring ready to work.
I understand that, Voodoo, but you gotta be like Drake. Gotta start from the bottom. Boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this time grow a pair.
Oh, man.
So
No comment.
yes, no comment. Here's the deal, right? Obviously, we have the cage match in January. We have this weekend Helmuth versus Dragon for the title. Okay. No matter what happens there, no matter what happens at cage match, I seriously doubt you're going to jump to the #1 contendership. But February, is what?
Oh man.
Heartbreak City Rumble. That's right, where we determine a number one contender for the OCCW Heavyweight Champion. So that is your best. You stay the course. You qualify for the Battle Royal. There's your shot at your shot.
Believe me, I'm here to take it all. I'm here to win. I'm here to work my butt off, as I can say, and I'm here to stay.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it this time.
Thank you, sir. You guys are my family, so I haven't.
The family that you see every 6 months or something like that? We're your in-laws? Is that who we are?
Oh, man.
Hey, Tom, for the holidays.
For the holidays. Yes, yeah. He's home for the holidays, right. Family, holiday family. Well, all right. Are you wrestling anywhere between now and anywhere else that you wanted to plug away?
So far, I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a couple of shows going on. I'm kind of getting in the cards for, but that's it for now, for the new year.
Okay, well, make sure, ladies and gentlemen, he is Voodoo Master. He is born and bred in Orange County, Southern California. And he has been in every ring from Oxnard to San Diego and even in Tijuana. So if you are looking to book someone, book Voodoo Master. If you're looking to beat someone down, beat him down for me.
That's not gonna happen. I'm here, and I'm gonna make you eat your words, Mr. Dillo.
What words?
Wow. I've taken almost everybody in OCCW, and I've beat almost everybody. There's 1 or 2 people that I haven't faced yet, but I'm ready, to come and prove to you that I am worthy to be on the top again.
Yeah, too bad I'm full. I can't eat any of your words, bro.
I want to give you every opportunity because the reality is. Wait. Let me ask you a couple of questions before you go.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate Christmas?
Yes, sir.
So voodoo is not.
Voodoo.
Well, is it like a voodoo Christmas? Do you guys like sacrifice candy canes or anything like that?
Sacrifice Santa Claus. That's what
So, ladies and gentlemen, voodoo mess. Yes.
You guys should see Joey. That dude's in the Santa suit, so he's gonna be right on my Christmas table.
With an apple in his mouth?
With an apple in his mouth.
Man, I loved you, Voodoo. Jesus.
But guys, one thing I did want to plug is subscribe to me on my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
Master VDM. I post so many kind of wrestling blogs on there from all my matches and stuff like that. I post my trainings when I come here and work out at the dojo. It's really fun, guys. Just check it out. Subscribe.
It's called Voodoo Master VDM.
Voodoo Master VDM.
All right, yeah, don't miss that. That's also on YouTube. Is it on Facebook?
It's just YouTube.
Okay, it's his YouTube channel.
Facebook.
Make sure you check that out. Support Voodoo Master. Support Orange County Championship Wrestling. And support indie wrestling. Thank you very much. Have a Merry Voodoo Christmas.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you soon.
One thing, my last video I did post was Black Saturday. So if you guys missed that show, that show's on the channel. So
The whole show?
my match.
All right.
Awesome. We'll see you in 6 months. Thanks.
Hey, we'll see you on my table.
I'll see you on your table. Oh, that's messed up. Thank you. Good to see you. Keep up the good work. All right. Yes, we'll give it some. By the way, as you see my winter wonderland, right? I want everyone to know that while Christmas has been over commercialized, it is much maligned from Black Friday where everyone fights for flat screens, laptops, and iPhones to actual the day after Christmas where you're throwing all the trash away and you're just ready for your in-laws to take off. I want you to take a minute and say, hey, wait a minute. Christmas, whether you believe in its origin, whether you believe in what it has become, whether you just not digging it, just remember a couple things. You don't have to spend all that money on those gifts. No one's life is going to be ruined if you don't buy them anything. Sorry, it's the truth. Whether it's your kids, right, or your old lady, right?
Cheap ass.
We
got PG ass.
Wait.
You see
No. She's not even watching. Shut up. So all I'm saying is take a moment. Enjoy the fact that people are going to be a little bit nicer today. People are going to be a little more together on this day. Enjoy Christmas. You should enjoy every day of the year, but take a moment to enjoy Christmas because you know what? We don't get a lot of chances every week or every year to enjoy every day. And that said, that's your public service announcement. All right? Don't make me snap us to like friggin' New Year's all of a sudden, okay? All right. Our next guest needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hardest hitting, meanest, toughest, $3 steak eatingest motor scooter in Orange County. Ladies and gentlemen, he has wrestled all sorts of people, beaten the best, brawled with the baddest, and beaten the biggest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Freddie Helmuth.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Good to see you.
Hey, great to see you, Freddie.
Where's your kendo, man? Where's your kendo stick?
You know
bro?
what? Let's talk
I don't
about that
walk
for a
around
minute.
with that every single day.
Especially since he's busting it over people's heads, and it's the last one I saw you have shattered into 1,000 pieces, right?
Thanks to Vito.
Thanks to Vito's head, and
Oh, he broke it over my head. I can assure you that.
and your bad intentions, right? Let's talk a little bit about that match first before we talk about your next match. What prompted you guys to just go at each other? You know, I didn't see anything go on before. There was no previous, as they say in the business, heat between you guys. You guys were just two guys in an athletic contest slated to go up against each other. You guys didn't even get into the ring.
No, Vito came flying at me before the bell even rang. The way I look at it is this. I'm OCCW. He's Lucha Pro. It can't be any simpler than that. He hates OCCW for whatever reason that Vintage Dragon
He's probably been watching social media,
probably.
reading about me.
This is a spicy meatball
SoCal
sandwich.
Uncensored.
But the bottom line is, if you want to come to OCCW and you want to get into a fight, I'm not hard to find. I don't back down from a fight. The last time I had an OCCW title match, I went against Othello. I didn't run.
No.
I didn't bitch. I didn't moan. I tried to strike the beast head on. I got cut down and I got thrown around and I got choke slammed to hell, but I didn't back down.
Let me tell you about after that match. Othello comes up to me and he says, "Hey, I'm not going to spend the rest of this year fighting this guy again." You know, he was grudgingly respectful of, you know, Freddie Helmuth and that match, because if you get a chance, it's in the archives. OCCW Prime, come check that one out too. That's on YouTube. OCCW Prime. There is some really amazing things going on in his this year. You've really kind of started to separate from the pack. You know, a lot of people would say, "Oh, especially that lousy crew you ran with," right? I didn't know one from the other when I looked at him. If I didn't know you guys personally, I'd be like, "Which one is he?" I thought that was that one. But I saw you pull away. Not only are you in better shape than I've ever seen you, right? You're moving faster and more healed up than I've ever seen you, right? And you're hitting harder than I think I've ever known you. And I've known you for a long time. So tell me, did you change your diet? Are you having new supplements? Are you in love? Tell me, what is this big change? What is this big change?
You want to know the change?
I do.
In January at Cage Match, I lost to Freddie Havoc.
Yeah.
A man that I, for 6 months, said I was going to beat, I was going to slay, I was going to leave him bloodied in the center of the ring in front of all of his family. And what happened? He was bloodied outside of the ring celebrating as his feet hit the ground first. He slammed the cage door on my head, and that was that. A piece of me died that day. And that's cliche, whatever, but the fact is, I believe what I was preaching so much that when it didn't happen, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I didn't know how to take myself, where to go next. And like you said, Divine Intervention in OCCW, it's kind of dead. For Christ's sake, one of our ex-members thinks he's black and he's the palest mother effer here. I don't understand that, but hey, I love you, brother. You know who you are.
Who's that? I don't want to know. Is it someone I don't like?
He's one half of your tag team champions. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Oh, all right. Fair enough.
And then the other original member, of course, is no longer allowed here, and that's fine. That's whatever. And then the other member is, well, not on the right side.
It's not my fault he's not allowed here, by the way.
I know. It's his own fault.
No. What I'm saying is I'm not the one who says he can't come in.
Oh, I know.
It's all right.
But he'll tell everyone that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
back to where I'm trying to go here.
Right, I'm sorry.
No. What I'm looking at is this. Vintage Dragon, this is an opportunity and a gift given to me for whatever reason by the booking committee at OCCW. I'm not going to...
It's not a gift. It's, you know what? It's smart business, all right? When I see Freddie Helmuth, especially in the ring with Vintage Dragon, I know one of two things. I know one thing is for certain. We're going to get a hell of a match out of both guys. Secondly, maybe Vintage Dragon's going to get a little bit of a beating.
I'll do this for you, Vintage. I come out to the ring with a cane. And now I'm trying to get away from that piece of S I used to be. I really am. I'm trying so hard not to be a douchebag. But
You have to try.
I really do.
Okay.
How long have I been here?
Yeah,
I
I've never thought of you as a douchebag.
Even when I'm screaming in your face, telling you that I'm gonna burn OCCW to the ground, kind of like what he's doing now.
You know what? That's not douchebaggery. That's a threat. That's a credible. What do they call that? A credible threat, right?
Threat. I look at it as douchebaggery.
Okay.
Because I didn't succeed.
Well, you didn't burn it to the ground, but
succeed. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to be a pillar for this company.
You know what?
And
I think you did that unknowingly, despite the fact that you were constantly saying, "Hey, I'm going to ruin you." You helped build the place stronger than it's ever been before.
And I'm trying to keep it that way. And with Lucha Pro here, there's a lot that needs to get done. A lot of fat that needs to get trimmed off, if you will. Now, Vito, you beat the living crap out of me last show. I mean, you saw it here live last podcast. You beat the living shit out of me. But I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. You broke my cane over my head. You left me bruised. I contemplated life at one point while you were throwing me all over the ring. But I'm still here. And I get to go against your leader, a guy that you hold his pocket. I don't know what you are to him. But Vintage, you've known me a long time. You've known me a long time. We are older. You're much older in this game than I am. You have every trick of the trade up your sleeve.
You know,
but here's the difference. If Vito didn't cut me down and beat me with his physical strength and his physicality, outside of your speed, outside of your knowledge and your prowess, do you really think you can stand toe-to-toe with me? You're a strong mother effer. You got the guns to show it. I'm too dumb to back down. So no matter what you throw at me, no matter what crony you have come out to try to assault me so you get the upper advantage, do you really think you're going to beat me? Outside of making sure that I'm passed out, knocked out, bleeding, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me clean. And if you want to get violent, brother, you know I can get violent.
Okay, what is this? What is
Wait,
this?
what's going on
What
here?
is this? What? Hey,
How do you get in the building?
No.
Don't we have security
All right,
downstairs?
hold on a second. Hold on. All right, look. No.
I'm not going to do anything.
All right,
I'm
it's
not gonna do
Christmas.
anything.
Let me start off.
It's Christmas.
Let me start off.
Have a seat. Stay here.
All right.
Sit down.
Hey, sit down.
I'll sit down when everybody sits down.
Calm down.
Joey, get
Calm down.
JB, Jack Bruce Davis. Just have him on standby.
You got my title in the picture there. You got my title.
Jack, just
Sit down.
stand by, brother, just in case. I mean, I might have to throw you in there.
Hand me that. Keep the candlestick out of the. There you go. All right. Sit down.
Now you've got star power on your show.
Oh, jeez.
All right, here we go now.
God.
Let's just start off by saying, I know things have been a little tense, things have been a little heated, things have been a little back and forth. However, let me take these off out of respect. Tonight, thank you.
You showing respect. Holy crap.
Now,
Jeez.
I'll get to you, Luscious Locks. I'll get to you in a bit. Don't worry about it. Now
Don't be
this-
jealous of my hair, bro.
Now this.
I am.
Okay, you know what? We had this discussion before. Okay, we'll agree to disagree. You want to go full down? That's fine. I'm going to go halfies, okay? Because that's what I do.
You guys use Pantene?
It's all about... Hey, Pantene is below me, okay? I use argan oil, okay?
Oh.
Coconut oil.
Oh, I'm sorry,
organic,
sorry.
Okay, don't...
Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
You know, that's neither here or there. You and I will have that conversation.
Okay.
Now, in light of
Wrestling has
recent
changed.
activities and things that have happened as of late, John, you and I, we've had a ceasefire agreement.
It's Christmas.
Not just because of Christmas.
And some other things, and we're going to talk about that in a
And we'll
minute.
get to that. Okay, we'll get to that. But let me address a few situations here. I've been painted as the monster of OCCW, as the guy that started it all. But let's look back. Let's go start it. And you were right. We did it. We had an agreement to exchange talent. Lucha Pro, OCCW. We thought this would be good for business on both parts. And don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, hey, look, we're both still here. We're both selling tickets. We're both getting butts in the seats.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but let's not forget the catalyst. Let's not forget the man that started this all. A man that was under your authority. A man that was on your roster. Luis Tapia and Gusten Uberstedt started this by screwing me out of my Lucha Pro heavyweight title. Let's remember that.
Wait a minute. That was on your watch, in your arena, in your ring. That I had nothing to do with that, Chief.
Again, we'll never know the truth of that. I'm not holding you to it. But you know what? You're responsible for it. And you know why? Because Luis Tapia was never reprimanded. Luis Tapia was never punished for it. And you should have taken care of that.
Go back and look at the tapes. I gave him a very, very sharp slap on the wrist.
Is Freddie Helmet throwing something or what's going on?
No,
there?
he's
I'm playing
I
the
can take
world's
this all day.
smallest violin for your crying ass.
You know what? You better play that violin because I love classical music. So you better play.
I like
violin.
Chopin.
You better know how to stroke those horse hairs, baby.
those horse hairs.
Horse
That's
hairs.
right. And
Okay.
I'm talking about Clydesdale. Don't give me none of that Arabian, none of that Mustang crap. All right. I
All
want some
right,
Clydesdale.
all right.
It's like the extensions you have in your hair.
Right, look at him.
Go on.
Extensions on his chin. Anyways. Get into
going.
business. You
Keep
know
going.
what? For
Keep
the better
making
part of a
yourself pop.
year, for the better part of a year, John, you have thrown every conceivable, every viable, bona fide, credible, threat.
Legitimate threat.
And I don't take anything away from anybody that you've thrown at me. This includes Kristen Uberstedt. This includes Mikey O'Shea. This includes Funny Bone. This includes Damon Devine. And the list goes on to Cadillac and so on and so forth. Everybody. And yet I'm still here. This is still around my waist or dripping over my shoulder or hanging around my neck or laying next to me because, you know, sometimes I kick my fiance out of the bed and make
Yeah.
my title. This is what I gotta do, you know? So, hey,
You have
this
ducked,
is my baby right here. This is
dodged,
my baby.
dove, and ducked and dodged again.
The 5 Ds of dodgeball, baby.
Yes.
The 5 Ds of dodgeball, and I've mastered every single one of them. Because if you can dodge a 300-pound muscle-bound monkey like Damon Devine, then you can dodge anybody, baby.
Yeah, dodging is right. Ducking is right. Well, you're not going to be ducking and dodging this man here. That's this weekend, Saturday, December 28th, at the Della O Training Center. In our main event, you have the OCCW Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Vintage Dragon,
Why are you bleeding so hard over there, man?
against the stalwart,
Relax. Jeez.
Freddie Helmuth. Don't you dare miss it. Now, I'm going to shift gears here, all right? This weekend, did you send him that graphic?
I sent them all the stuff.
Okay.
We're frozen in time.
We have a 40 proof champion over here.
This is a nice background.
All right, yes.
John, do you want to build a snowman?
Let's just hope someone drives you home tonight. We have Vintage Dragon full of holiday cheer, as you can see. Let's talk about the show this weekend. I'm gonna let you take that away so as to not mess it up myself.
Well, this past weekend, with everything aside, we had a tribute show. I don't want to call it a benefit because it wasn't a benefit. It was what it was. It was a tribute show. It was a tribute event. Well, this is the wrong graphic, but this is coming. Okay, we're going back and forth now. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Right here, what you see. This is what I'm talking about, the ceasefire. This is what I'm talking about, peace. This is what I'm talking about, collaboration and coalition, unification of multiple wrestling companies. This includes Lucha Pro. This includes Orange County Championship Wrestling. This includes 3PW. This
MPW.
includes West Coast Wrestling Connection and Gold Coast Wrestling Federation. This includes a bunch of companies, a bunch of guys coming together, putting differences aside, putting all our rivalries and all our, whatever you want to call it, whether it's petty, whether it's epic, whether it's surmountable. This is what it's about. This is what wrestling is about. For one night, we all put our differences aside to come together and help out a brother in need. And Cadillac, no, we're here for you.
To the uninitiated, Chris Cadillac, the GCF heavyweight champion, had tragedy befall his family in that 2 weeks ago? He lost his beautiful wife prematurely to an unseen illness. The show was put together to tribute to his beautiful wife,
Tiffany
Gonzalez, and kind of reach out and show our support for Cadillac.
Yes, Cadillac and Ray Rosas had one amazing main event that night. And I'm pretty sure, and I hope that as Tiffany was looking down, I guarantee you, she would have been proud. She would have been proud of, not just the performances, but of the array of talent and love and support for not just her, but for Cadillac, for his son, for his daughter. This is for them, for their future, for them to get a breather and move on. And know that no matter what happens, and this is me being serious, this is not Vintage Dragon talking, this is Nathaniel. This is Nathaniel speaking to Cadillac, and I'm not going to say his shoe name because not that there yet, alright? But this is me speaking to him on behalf of the entire wrestling community, and if I can, on behalf of John De La O, on behalf of OCCW, even on behalf of this little greeny guy over here, mangy guy over here with all that hair everywhere and stuff like that. But know that at the end of the day, when we're not hitting each other over the head with cane sticks, with whatever, chairs, ladders, with everything, when we're not beating the crap out of each other, know that we're here for you. So whatever you need, brother, friend, family, we're all here for you. We're all here for you, and we mean it. And we're not going anywhere because you're not going to get rid of us that easy. Okay? You and I, we've beaten the crap out of each other, but believe me, you're not going to get away from me. You're not going to get rid of me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We love you, we're here for you, and we'll always be here for you.
Good luck and Godspeed. That's right. All right. But that said, well, we're going to show the graphic one more time. This Saturday at the Della O Training Center, here at 8381 Catella Avenue, Unit J, here in beautiful uptown Staten, you will witness the end of the world. That's right. 5 exciting matches. We will have a Texas bull rope match.
Sorry to interrupt, John, just for a second. Look at that fly. I mean, look at that guy right in the center. Gee.
What, Mikey O'Shea?
Exactly. Dude, with the title. Joey, do not make me get up.
Sorry.
All right.
Look at that guy. I mean, this is arguably the greater, this is the end of the world, but the beginning of a new world. Look at that title. Look at that guy. That guy is on his hair game. I mean, dang.
His hair game, yes.
Dude, look at that hair game.
I have no dog in that fight. All right. At the Della O Training Center here in beautiful uptown Staten. Doors open at 5:30. Bell times at 6 p.m. Tickets are just $10 pre-sale. $15 at the door. Get them. We have just a handful left. Call the number on the screen for details or to reserve your tickets now. That's the end of the world. Saturday, December 28th. Don't you dare miss it. All right, guys. Look at this. How about that? The OCCW Heavyweight Championship match. We have Freddie Helmuth versus Vintage Dragon.
Keep running your mouth, man. Just keep running
All
your
right,
mouth,
that
man.
said. All right. Any parting thoughts? I'm sorry. Any parting thoughts on the show?
You know what? Let me just say this, okay? Helmuth, I'm not going to disregard your comments. I'm not going to pretend you didn't say what you said, what you had to say or anything. Let's just get this straight. You're coming at me with everything you've got. I know what you've done. I know what you're known for and everything. I know your little stigma. You're Mr. Hardcore. You're Mr. Deathmatch. You like to use the canes and the things and the hun and the hun and the hun and my hun and ha, whatever, and I can scat all day about it. But at the end of the day, at the end of the night, do not underestimate me. This man knows, and everybody out there knows what I bring to the table. You don't back down, guess what? That's fine. And John, I'm telling you right here, right now, this is the night that I prove why I am a champion. This is the night I prove who I am. No member of Lucha Pro will be at ringside. So get this straight. You want to come at me? You want to do whatever you want to do?
Calm down.
You want this title?
Sit down.
You come at me.
Hey.
You bring that little goatee of yours. You bring that little death metal. You can bring everything you want. You can rockabilly all night long. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the same goddamn thing. I'm still going to be the champion. And I'm sick and tired.
We probably need to get somebody in here, right?
And everybody else.
We need to call security. Hey, we need to calm this down. Let's.
This is who I am. This is who I am.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Royal Ramble.
Push him back. Let's cut the show. We'll see you this Saturday.